Hi, so I'm going to compare and contrast these three different 6-quart air fryers. So these three air fryers are the square-shaped ones, as you can tell. Now, this here is the Instant Vortex. It's the makers of the Instapot. This is Gourmia, and this is found most notably on Amazon and also in Costco. And this particular one is an Insignia, which is the Best Buy version. So there are two digital ones, and also this is sort of the analog, which is the manual ones. So let me go ahead and give you a close-up of these. Now, all three of these are exactly the same size. When I say exact, they're exact. In fact, just examining all three of these, they come from the same factory. I could just bet they probably come from the same factory. Their dimensions at the bottom base is 11.5 inches, and it is 12.5 inches tall. So these are exactly the same size. Now, the optical illusion that you might see in the video itself is because of the boxes. The boxes are different heights, so they might appear to be different sizes, but they are absolutely exactly the same size. Now, let me go ahead and show you some of the features of each of these. So I'm going to show you the Instant Vortex here first. So the Instant Vortex one here is actually half manual and half digital. So if I wanted to turn something on, you'll see there is the air fry, roast, there's the timer here. So if I want to choose the timer, first I have to choose air fry or roast. I could choose the timer. You just tap it lightly, and you could turn this knob left and right. And for the temperature, same thing. Now, it does have Celsius and Fahrenheit. To change from Celsius to Fahrenheit, you would hold this down 2 seconds. So if I hold this down 2 seconds here, you can see it changes from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Let me change it back now. And then you merely just push the start, and it just turns on. Now, you could see how loud it is. Now, all three of these are the exact same loudness because, once again, they probably come from the same exact factory. Simply because if you look at the build, the facade here are different from all three, but the internals are exactly the same. They are exactly the same. If I turn these to the back, you can see the back is exactly the same. Now I'm going to turn this off here. Now you get an idea of just how loud it is. So because they're exactly the same, I would say just get the one that's on sale. So this Instant Vortex one is $99 a regular price, and this Gourmia is about $80 regular price, and this particular one is actually $100, $90 regular price. But all three of these I bought for 50 bucks or 50, 55 bucks, somewhere around that range. And so every other month, one of these will be on sale. So just get the one, I would say, that's on sale, because the cooking is the same result in all of these. The internals are exactly the same. So let me go ahead and go a little bit more in depth on this Insta Vortex. So if I open this up, this is your typical pan with the drip tray. So across is 9 3/4 inches, and from the top to bottom is actually 9.5 inches, and it is 4 inches deep here. So the depth, the width, and all of these are exactly the same. Now if I take this out, you can see how easy it is to clean. And just putting this back in. Now this does have the rubber feet. Now, one thing I would say about the Gourmia is it actually comes with an extra one of these, but these are actually, when I say they come from the same exact factory, these things are interchangeable. So this drip pan works in this tray, works in that other tray. So they are exactly the same. And if I show you the heating element here also, you can see at the bottom here, there's your typical electric heating element with the fan in the middle there that blows it. And so if I take all of these, you will see that they are exactly the same. That is one of the things I really want to emphasize, is that they're exactly the same. So just pretty much just get the one that's on sale. Now, the other reason why I like these square ones is that you could actually put stuff at the top. This does not get hot at all at the top, so you could just put stuff on it, whether it's food or whether it's decoration. Now, going on to the Instant Gourmet, or the, not Instant Gourmet, just the Gourmet here. You know, this has a lot more choices, a lot more presets. So if I turn on the presets, this is the fan indicator, this is the menu. So if I rotate through the menu, that is the preheat, this is the fries, that's the seafood, pizza, drumstick, fish, meat, cake, and bacon. And then you could go back to the manual where you could, you know, select the manual. You could also switch back and forth between the time, and then you simply push the on button. So when I turn this on, you will hear the same exact loudness here. And so the fan's going to turn on, and you could get a sense that it is the same exact loudness. So let me just turn it off here. And actually I put that on pause, and then you could turn it back on. So that's the other thing about these is you could cancel it, or you could put it on pause and you know, change out the flavoring, or flip the food over. So let me show you the pan here. So once again, this is exactly the same. It is 9 3/4 inches across, 9 1/2 inches from top to bottom here, and it has the same drip pan. And just to, you know, give you a look here, you know, it's exactly the same. And if I show you the heating element, you can see the heating element there, and the construction inside is basically more or less the same. And so that's the Gourmet here. Let me go over here to the Insignia. Now the Insignia here has a little bit different control panel. If I turn this on, it has the menu option here. Has the same fan icon. That's the preheat. That's the fries, the cake, the bacon, the bread, drumsticks, meat. That's the fish, and this is the manual. So I could go ahead and you know, change the temperature, change the time, and turn it on higher, and just turn it on. So you could see now that it's the same sound, it's the same vortex wind tunnel type noise here. And let me just turn it off and show you the pan here. So this pan here is a little bit different. And if I take this out, this pan here is a full pan. It isn't the drip tray. So you'll notice here, if I take out the emergency button, I flip it out and I eject this particular tray. This is a full pan here. And the difference is on the side here, there is more holes and slits. And the reason for that is for the air circulation. So this might be slightly different design, but the pan is actually the same. It is 9 3/4 inches side to side, and top to bottom it's 9 1/2 inches. Now, this I find doesn't really make a difference as far as the cooking. It has the same circulation, even though the design for the pan's different. It has the same circulation or the same results as this other one, which does not have the full pan but just has the drip tray. I actually prefer these because they're easier to clean versus this one with the drip pan. Plus, this one, as you could see, is actually marketed as a 5-quart. So you could see here that this Insignia is a 5-quart, whereas these particular ones are 6-quart, and here at the bottom there, it's a 6-quart. So even though they're the same exterior size, because this pan here is of the full variety, it actually markets it as a 5-quart. And it is true that you could put slightly less stuff in here because of the way this pan is designed. So that's one of the biggest differences between all three of these, is just the pan style. However, if I once again show you the heating element, this is exactly the same type of heating element as this particular one, So just keep that in mind. And I do want to emphasize that these are just exactly the same. The way they cook are exactly the same. The noise they make are exactly the same. Now, the reason why I prefer the square ones over the round ones is because the square ones, actually, you could put more food in it. So you notice if this was round, you would lose these corner edges of where you can put the food. But not only that, if these things were round, they would take up the same exact countertop space, but you would be able to put less food in it. So just from a function versus form point of view, I chose function, versus the aesthetics of having a round one. The other thing I like about these square ones is these tops. You could put food on the top, or you could put decoration on the top, and the round ones, you can't necessarily do that because it might have the buttons at the top, or something like that. Now, as far as the cleaning of this, the exterior here, this here is plastic. It has the nice brushed look to it, but for the most part, it's not a fingerprint magnet. None of these are. So you can see I have slight fingerprints here, but if you just rub it or even use a cloth to wipe it, it doesn't stick. So you don't need a particular stainless steel spray or cloth or washer to actually clean it. Just a normal water and cloth will do. None of these here are fingerprint magnets. So you could see here, I could rub it all I want and the fingerprints doesn't stick. Same with this Insignia one. So once again, they are all so similar that you really should go purely on price and purely on the one that's on sale. So it really depends on whether you need it now or you could wait 1 or 2 months, because getting this for $50, each one of these can easily be gotten for about $50-$55 if you're patient. Now, the other thing about this is whether it's even worth getting a 2-quart or 3-quart or 4-quart one if these particular ones are just $50, $55 on sale. So, just go for the ones that are 6-quart. I wouldn't even bother with the 4-quart, 3-quart, or 2-quart ones for that reason, because the countertop space is roughly about the same. If you get a 2-quart one, it's gonna take like 9/10 of the same exact area, whereas this one just takes about the same size as a 2-quart. So just go for the big one. It doesn't make that big a difference on the countertop space, unless you really need a particular space to fit it. But overall, I think what I want to show is the back here. So let me flip these around and show you the back, just to emphasize how they are all so similar. So here's where you can see that they're all from the same factory. When I say they're all from the same factory, I really do mean it. Just looking at this, you can see it's the same exact dimensions, same exact design. Even the plastic in the back is just the same exact type of plastic. It's the brushed black look. So that's the Instant Vortex. This is the Gourmia. And this here is the Insignia. So regardless of brand, they come out from the same factory. But I think for the most part, that's really all I wanted to mention. I hope this helps, and please subscribe, and thank you for watching.